Welcome back to Teaching Tarot. My name is Michelle. So excited to be back with you guys because today we are talking about the Ace of Cups. Now, if you haven't already, definitely check out the King of Cups video because this is perfect. We have the first cup of the suit and then we go all the way to the King of Cups. So beautiful culmination. The Ace of Cups talks about our first it speaks to me about heart awakenings, right? So the cups talks about emotions, relationships, the emotional body, the body for me as well, even though a lot of people say that the pentacles talks about the body, right? Because earth, right? Our body is our home. But for some reason, the cups also speak to me about the body. And she has this cup right at her heart center. And so for me, the Ace of Cups talks about overflow, right? Love overflowing from your heart into every area of your life, right? My Reiki master, Sister Shaman, told us during my Reiki 2 certification that if we were ever worried about giving too much or serving too much or getting depleted, she said something so empowering that always reminds me of the Ace of Cups, which is you are always giving from your overflow. Right? So when I give Reiki, I am only ever giving from my overflow. This is overflow. This is my overflow of joy, of love. When I am in romantic partnership, this is an overflow of my eroticism and my play and my laughter and my sexual expression. This is overflow because I am so full. Right. And so the Ace of Cups talks about coming and filling up our own cup and brimming to the point of ecstasy and letting that overflow into every area of our life. So for me, this Ace of Cups also feels like the 10 of Cups, right? Where it's like, yeah, that one cup, this overflow, it is going to fill all 10 of the cups that come below me or before me, right? So it definitely speaks to that. Yes. As a person, if the Ace of Cups comes up, this person might be a Reiki master, or they might, for some, in some area of their life, it's just love, like whether it's how they cook or how they parent or how they love or how they, right? Somehow love is definitely important to them. And there is an expression of love that permeates in their life. As a situation, the Ace of Cups talks about as a situation. It talks, right, traditionally talks about a new relationship, a new expression of love, or a new opportunity to offer and give love. As an action, the Ace of Cups speaks to me. I was going to say coming back to what you love, right? A reminder to come back to those things that give you joy and pleasure and feel, you know what I mean? The things that you love to do that you would do with if money were no object, right? And I'm feeling here now as I like look at the beautiful red that is in the middle of this card. I know y'all can't see the details, but you see the red, right? It's speaking to me, act as if, right? So the action advice is to act as if, right? So if you're like, well, how do I move forward? Well, act as if you have it already. Act as if you are lacking nothing because you're not. Yeah, act as if is coming up. And also as an action is to, as I said with the King of Cups, is to bring love into the situation. Like this is definitely the Ace of Cups energy. Like, right, I'm right here at my heart center, which is talking about how we give and receive love, which talks about healing our inner child, which also is this one of the seating places of our souls, right? Yes. And then the other symbolism in this card, I do want to talk about one of the Ace of Cups that's in this deck, which I love. And in the Spellcaster's Tarot, this is one of my favorite Ace of Cups card in any tarot deck. And the Ace of Cups speaks to me about sensuality because this cups looks like a vagina to me, right? Pouring her sweet waters into everything that she does. creating fruitfulness for others, right? The flowers are beautiful, but they also nurture, right? There are bees and hummingbirds that come to feed from the flower, and then they go and pollinate in other ways, right? So it is about operating from your erotic power, right? Which Audre Lorde told us about, the erotic as power, right? This is the erotic as power. When I act from my place of pleasure, when I do things from my fullness, right? When I can do things with sensuality and joy and just like you're full, the full, the full capacity. When you do that, look at what springs, right? Flowers, and which then gives fruit and sustenance to others. That's what happens when you operate from your place of power, is that it overflows, right? It overflows. You supply others. You are an infinite supply. That's what the Ace of Cups talks about, having an infinite supply of creative power, having an infinite supply of erotic power, having an infinite supply of love, and sustaining your relationships because of it. Ashe. Now, if the Ace of Cups is in the reverse, that talks about withholding love, right? Talks about pulling yourself back. It talks about putting yourself on guard. I'm feeling the Nine of Wands right now. Okay, if you're familiar, we'll get there. But this is giving me Nine of Wands energy as well, right? It feels like I'm guarding my heart. I'm guarding who I give love to, because I don't, right? Because there's might be a lack of trust, might be some betrayal that's happened. And that's why this Ace of Cups is in the reverse. And so we are not in a place to give. So don't, right? Because then we have to, if you are giving when you are showing up like this, you have to now say, well, what's the quality of how I'm showing up? If I'm feeling like this, I might not be giving my best. I might not be acting with love. I might be bitterness for sure with the Ace of Cups in the reverse. It's a withholding. Okay. That's what this reverse card feels like to me, is a withholding. Yes. All right, guys, that is the Ace of Cups. Please bear with me as I get the structure of this together, but I'm really excited about this series, and I hope that this provided some information and some clarity for you guys. And as always, when you're looking at these cards, think about what it feels like for you. Do you know these flowers, right? I don't know what these flowers are, but maybe you do. If you pay attention to astrology, maybe this card is doing something for you, right? We also have the water coming out of this cup. Perhaps you just spilled some water today, right? What was that moment telling you? Just pay attention. That's all. Be present. That is what it means to be sensual, is to be present. So be present as you look at these cards and see what comes from your heart, and speak it out loud. That really, really helps as you're interpreting the cards, is to say out loud what's happening for you. All right, guys. See you guys on the next one. Infinite blessings. Peace.